Alright guys, a coalition of 130 pan-Yoruba groups has petitioned the United Nations, the UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres, warning of an alleged plan by terrorist force to wage war on the Yoruba people of Western Nigeria. In a letter that was signed by the Alliance for the Yoruba Democratic Movement and sent to Guterres, the group said the September 17, 2025 killings of 15 people in Oke-Ode community, Ife-Lido local government area of Kwara State was carried out by Fulani terrorists and should be seen as a prelude to a wider invasion of Yoruba terrorists. The group stated that the mass murder of 15 people in Kwara, including women and children, by Fulani terrorists was a prelude to mass invasion of Yoruba territories by heavily armed terrorists who are known for their taste for blood and human flesh. So the group further alleged that Yoruba people have suffered over a century of violence from extremists. The Yoruba people have endured more than a century of violence and torture in the hands of extremists since the 1804 jihad was launched, describing the latest string of violence as the continuation of the extremists' desire to impose on the people a theoretic stage where democracy is seen as a crime, it said. According to the group, the Nigerian security operatives were compromised, while some political actors allegedly connived with the terrorists, making resolution of the crisis difficult. The group cited a series of post-attacks, including the buying of traditional rulers, such as the Olúọ̀fọ̀n of Efon, Oba Israel Adenisi, in November 2020, and the rest of them. The group secretary, the AYDM secretary General Popolo Ajayi, who signed the petition, warned that the UN Secretary General, the time to act is near. Unprecedented killings that may be comparable to Rwanda is about to happen in Nigeria. It is a struggle between the indigenous people and terrorists, who unfortunately now have a stronghold across indigenous territories where they have seized and occupied, waiting for the whistle of terror for them to unleash mayhem, violence and misery on our people. The petition urged the UN to compel Nigeria to uphold the UN Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People, convene an emergency Security Council meeting on Nigeria to push for restructuring and self-determination, and dissuade Ukraine from allegedly fueling terrorism in the Sahel. The group expressed concern about Ukraine's alleged role, stating Ukraine increasingly has become active participants in the conflict in Africa to the detriment of indigenous people. So the group urged the UN Secretary General to note that angrily, UNEF, the spokesperson for Ukrainian military intelligence, admitted Ukraine's role in barbaric and heinous terrorist acts now being committed in the Sahel, with dangerous signposts for the people in Nigeria. So the UN needs to dissuade the Ukraine from promoting and fueling terrorism in Africa. Ajayi added, these 3 steps are critical to preventing genocide from full-blown in Nigeria. If the UN fails to act now, Nigeria is certain to witness Africa's worst bloodbath. The UN will share in the blame if nothing is done and at the right time. The petition was endorsed by several groups, including Oduduwa People Congress, OPC New Era, Oduduwa Nationalist Council, ONAC, Network for Yoruba Alliance, NENA, that is NENA, the Southwest Professionals Forum, Okom People's Association, OPA, the Yoruba Artisans and Traders Association, IATA, and Kwara Indigenous People League, among others. So the group stressed that the Yoruba people are peace-lovely, will detect violent, but are not going to watch helplessly the buying of their people and rogues and arms bandits, while the national and international authorities do nothing. He said the UN needs to be proactive. Genocide in Nigeria being planned by Fulani terrorists and their sponsors in a disaster waiting to happen. So the international community can take many actions to prevent this misery. We are not a weak people. We have a long history of courage. Okay. So guys, I think it's the right time people should start acting. You see, this is taken to another dimension. So what's your take on this? Let's hear from you. Please drop your comment below the comment section and don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Thank you and bye for now.